Hello, beautiful Scorpio. It's Betsy Gutting, intuitive life coach and psychic astrologer. And I'm excited to share with you your gifts, your talents, your superpowers, what you came here to shine into the world, your soul's expression. Be sure you stay till the end of the video because I also want to share with you 3 tips on how to increase your happiness, make your life better, and I have a gift for you. So I'll share all about that gift at the end of the video. Let's get started. So Scorpio, first of all, you have a personal magnetism about you. I'm sure this is no surprise to you. You know, Scorpio is the archetype of the actor, one of the many archetypes that you carry. The actor, and it's because you have a dramatic flair, you have a charisma, you just have an ability to attract other people in your direction. Scorpio, you're also really good at detective work. I bet if someone gave you the assignment to dig up the good, bad, and the ugly and the sparkling on somebody, you would be able to do it. I bet you know your way around the internet. I bet you're a really good researcher. Sometimes you may get a little obsessed, but that's because you're focused. You have an incredible focus, Scorpio. You are co-ruled by Mars and Pluto. I'll tell you about Pluto in a moment. Mars is whether we're male or female, it's our masculine drive. It's our drive to achieve, to create a certain outcome, to win. So you have this winning desire that's just in your system. And so if you're looking for something, if you want to find out more information, if you have an object of affection, you are going to go for it full force. You'd also make a great psychologist or healer. Scorpio is the archetype of the depth psychologist because you have a deep wisdom to you. You're an old soul. Has anyone ever told you that you're an old soul? I bet people that you've barely known have confided in you and said, why am I telling Scorpio this? I've never told anyone this before. But there's something about you that people can sense and feel that they are able to trust you. They feel your loyalty. They feel your reverence. There's a reverence that you have, a respect that you have for the emotional healing process, Scorpio. And you are also, as I mentioned before, you are co-ruled by Pluto. Now let's look at Pluto for a moment because this is very important energy for you. Pluto is the planet of transformation, growth, evolution. You probably heard it spoken about in terms of death and rebirth. It's like the snake shedding its skin. And so Scorpio, if you're on a spiritual path, you're here to shed many layers as you grow and evolve. You are here to be the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's natural for you to feel like I'm on my knees, like this is so painful, I'm on my knees. But then you get back up, you dust yourself off, you go through the feelings and emotions, and you rise again to become the next greatest version of who you came here to be. This is it's part of your life purpose. You have tremendous courage. I'm gonna mark this one as one of your superpowers. If I were going to just choose one, I would have to choose this, Scorpio. You have a tremendous courage. It's the courage to go into the depths. It's the courage to get to the root of the issue. You're willing to stay in the game, and especially in relationships, the highest octave of Scorpio in a relationship is you're willing to talk things out. You're not going to run away. Now, the lower octave is I'm running away. I don't want to deal with this. This is too much. These emotions feel way too big. I can't deal with it. And you may have moments of that for sure. But in your higher expression, you're willing to show up with your partner, whether it's a friend or whether it's a lover or a spouse. You're willing to show up and talk things through. You're willing to figure out what is the crux of the problem, what is the heart of the matter, and you're actually very good at discerning that. You're the sign of fixed water. This is your element, fixed water. What is fixed water? Okay, first of all, fixed is just how it sounds. It's like, I see what I want and I'm going for that. I have my eye fixed on it and I'm not wavering. It means you have this incredible focus. It also means, though, that change can be very difficult for you. And it's ironic because you're here to change and grow. So it's like a double-edged sword. So water the part of the fixed water. Water is able to flow around boulders. Water is so powerful, it can wash away the land, as James Taylor sings in one of his songs, you know, like you've seen it probably wash away retaining walls, and, you know, it carves art into rocks and shells. I mean, water is powerful. It is your power. Water is your power. Your tears are your power. Your willingness to release, your willingness to let go. As a Scorpio, part of what you are learning to master in this lifetime is letting go, surrendering. The Serenity Prayer is so perfect for you, because in the Serenity Prayer, it's, and I'm going to paraphrase this, I don't remember exactly, but it's God, you know, allow me to accept the things I cannot change. Allow me to give me the courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So acceptance is such a key thing that you're learning to master in this lifetime, Scorpio, so that you can let go what is no longer serving you. And that's very difficult to know. That's where the wisdom comes in. It's very difficult to know when you are attached to something. And Scorpions, they do attach. They attach. And that's because you have such a deep heart and you love those feelings. You want intimacy in your life. Intimacy is such a guiding force for you. Intimacy where you bear all and the other person bears all, and you have such a tight bond and you trust each other and there's that loyalty. And if that bond gets broken, if there's a betrayal or an abandonment, it's like your world has completely fallen apart. Scorpio, that's you down on your knees. That's you at rock bottom. It feels so devastating to you. And yet the ego part of you, the part of you that can fly above your life, knows that there's something about that has to happen for you to rise to the next version of you, for you to evolve, for you to grow. One thing that you will do, Scorpio, is that when you sense a fear, when you have a fear of something ending, for example, when you have a fear of something ending, oftentimes you will say, okay, I'm really scared of this. This is my worst fear. So I'm going to feel what it feels like to lose it. Even before I've lost it, I'm going to go to that place. I'm going to lean into my fear and I'm going to feel that fear so that I can transform it. And then if it happens, I won't have to deal with the grief as badly because I will have already moved it through me. Tell me in the comments if you can relate to that. If you kind of do this proactive, oh my God, this is so scary, I'm going to act like it's already happened so I don't have to feel it so badly if it does happen. I'd be very curious to know if you can relate to that. Scorpio, you are a truth seeker. You're a truth seeker and a truth seer. You have a power about you that's able to see truth. You have such a BS detector. Nobody can get anything past you. If somebody tells you a lie, oh my gosh, you can feel it in your body. You can see through it immediately. People don't realize, why would they ever lie to you if they knew that there is no way they could get a lie past you, Scorpio? You are incredibly psychic, deeply intuitive. You feel what's going to happen in a conversation before you even have the conversation. Oftentimes you already know what the other person is going to say. You have, I feel these powers that you have them almost as protective powers. So because you are so sensitive, because you are so deep, you're highly sensitive. If anyone ever told you you're too sensitive, no, you're not. This is part of what allows you to move through the world as a deeply sensitive person, as an empath, if you relate to that. You are absolutely learning how to deal with ego death, what's called an ego death, which is a part of you that you no longer need, a part of you that was there for protection when you were a child, but you no longer need it because you've grown and you've evolved, and you have to go through these deaths where the snake shedding the skin, and we have a rebirth. And then when you go through that rebirth, Scorpio, you're more sparkly, you're more alive, you're more aware, you're more evolved than you've ever been before. And so I think I covered everything. Let's now look at the 3 tips that I have for you in order to really maximize your happiness, Scorpio. Number 1 is to know that the things you think you need, the people you think you need, you are powerful in and of yourself. You have the most immense personal power. Pluto, your ruling planet, is all about power. It's all about personal power. So I want you to know, if you get to that point where you're like, I can't live without this person. I can't live without this job. If this career ends, I'll be done. I can't do it. I want you to know you can. You will come back. You will rise again. You will have more access to your personal power than you've ever had before. Tip number 2, feel your emotions. I know they feel big. I know you're afraid sometimes of getting swallowed up, but when you feel through your feelings, especially anger, Scorpio, because a lot of Scorpions, a lot of everyone, repress their anger. And then it becomes this big thing inside of you, and it stagnates your energy. So feel through your feelings, let yourself cry, let yourself deal with your anger in constructive ways, and you will be very happy that you did. You will create a lot more space for what you do want in your life. And then the third thing is, be willing to share your feelings with another person that you trust. If you say, there's no one I want to share my feelings with, they're so deeply personal, I get it. Journal your feelings. You need to get your feelings out. And you could work with a coach like myself or work with a therapist. But when you're going through something really, really hard, make sure you get support. You absolutely need that support. Okay, Scorpio, so if anything resonates from this video for you, leave me a comment, let me know. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like personal readings, I offer personal readings. We've just talked about your sun sign. You have a moon sign, you have rising, you have placements of all different planets in your chart that mean a lot, that say a lot about who you are. And we have the current transits and the year ahead that I can tell you about. So if you'd like a personal reading, I'll leave the link below to my website. Check that out. I can offer you coaching sessions as well. And thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And the gift I have for you, it's a guided meditation, returning home to yourself. Go to my website, subscribe to my newsletter. I send inspirational articles to you, and you will get an instant download of the gift of a free meditation, returning home to your heart. And I'm sending you all my love.